How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. We're looking at Workhorse today, and I wasn't planning to do this. I wasn't planning on making any more videos over the weekend about Workhorse, but there have been some interesting things that have happened, and as you can see here, Workhorse is up about 16.5% between the market hours and post market hours. And you can see actually here, this has just happened recently, even from when I'm filming this. We had some massive jumps of about 3% just in a few minutes, and then another 1.5%. So I think there's some massive buys, and I think there's some really interesting stuff going on right now. Of course, I'm not a financial advisor. I need to state that more now than ever, and you should definitely do your own research. This is just my unbiased, unpaid opinions about Workhorse. So if you guys like this kind of thing, please leave a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. Share it to whoever you know that is interested in Workhorse or just follows the stock. Also, if you want to support in some other way, I am getting my merch in the next few days, so this is not it, but hopefully I'll be able to show you it in the next week or two. It just was shipped out today. Also, if you guys want, there are some free stocks for Webull. They have just a couple more days left where you can get 2 free stocks worth up to $1,600 each if you deposit $100. So definitely take advantage of that. And let's get into it. So as you can see here, over the 5-day, we saw a massive dip yesterday of about 6% during the pre-market and early market hours, and then you can see we had a nice recovery, and since then it's just been a massive upswing. This is something we love to see as a bull in Workhorse and as a Workhorse shareholder. So there have been a couple reasons for this, and really one major reason, I think. I'm going to show you it here in a second, but if you look, there are a couple different news outlets that are covering this, but there was some news that a lot of people think that the USPS decision date will be October 13 on Tuesday. So we don't know for certain if this is the case, but more and more people are saying that's the case, and that's when we'll expect it. Again, I personally don't know. USPS hasn't said that this is when they're going to announce it, but there have been several news outlets that are covering this and saying that it's going to be October 13. I would not be surprised if it was that early. A lot of us expected it at the end of September, and a lot of us are expecting mid-October if we didn't have it in September. So again, I don't know exactly when it will be, but they're saying that, most likely it's going to be October 13, if not then, end of year then. But as you can go through here, and I really like this article, it's on the fly. It nicely covers kind of what's happened over the last couple days. So it's saying, first of all, the major upward move was because of this today. So there was an article that was produced. It's by Roth Capital, and they talk about why they're so bullish on Workhorse. They're putting a $33 price target on Workhorse, and it's Craig Irwin from Roth Capital. He is really excited. He thinks they're going to get a majority of that contract. And if you want, you can kind of take a look at it too in some different articles. And he is just really bullish on it, thinking that we're going to get a major part of that. I'll be honest, I had a really hard time finding the Roth Capital Partners piece on Workhorse, but someone sent this to me and it is a little bit fuzzy, but they essentially put a buy rating on Workhorse, and this is their update just from today, October 9. Again, down here, they reiterate their $33 price target, and they justify it here. They also talk about how they're expecting the decision day October 13. Now, that being said, this happened right after Fuzzy Panda did a kind of hit article on them yesterday, and I did a couple videos on that. They called out some specific people, including myself, in the YouTube community, so I felt like I should just hit on that. So if you guys want, you can take a look at my last couple of videos. But that caused the stock to go down pretty drastically, pretty quickly in the pre-market and early market hours, but it rebounded nicely. But I think it kind of put that taste in our mouth, like some people were out to get the stock. Some short sellers were really trying to make moves on the stock and push it down further. And then right after that, we see this positive news that another big corporation, another big company is buying shares of Workhorse. They're long on Workhorse. They think it's going to go up pretty dramatically. And then we saw the market react. I think there's maybe a little bit of fear still from yesterday. People were worrying about it. A lot of people didn't read that article. And then we just saw a massive bull run here. And the thing about this is it can produce a short squeeze. And I've talked about that in videos before, but when you see movements like this, That's quite impressive as shareholders. It causes us to be really excited that there might be a potential short squeeze. Now, I've talked about my price target in the past. I've talked about what I think we need to see from the contract to see our price move up. And with all this happening, you really have to keep your head on straight between the short sellers talking about, different allegations towards Workhorse, and then having these kinds of capital groups talking the bullish side. And then we also saw ARK Invest just a few days ago. I did a video that they were buying more shares, and they've bought 10,000 shares and 16,000 shares, then another 6,000 shares all in the last few weeks. So I guess you kind of have to look at it. This is how I think of it, at least. Look at who's buying, right? So you have a no-name company that is shorting the stock, trying to commit these hit pieces, and then you have companies like ARK Invest, one of the most cutting-edge investing firms out there. You have Roth Capital, another big investing firm, taking positions long in it. Now, of course, I have said that there's risk in this, right? Workhorse is not guaranteed the contract, whether it comes out on the 13th or later. We're not guaranteed the contract, even though we are seeing a lot of different signs that point to us getting it, or at least part of it. Also, I don't know if Workhorse has good vehicles, right? So I've heard some people say that their vehicles just aren't really well made. And like I said in my video yesterday, this is not something that I can just, go up to Workhorse, test drive a vehicle, take it home for a little bit, see how it does. Like, I have no idea. I have never seen a Workhorse truck in person. I've never driven it. I've never ridden in it. So, there's just some things that we can't actually know as shareholders unless maybe you're closer to them than I am, but you have to have some faith. I realize that it's a speculative stock. That's why I only have 5% of my portfolio in it. I'm kind of risk averse anyway, so this is a pretty large position for me in a speculative stock. That being said, I feel good about it. I'm still bullish on it. I see these companies buying more shares, and it just makes me more and more bullish. Of course, their research hasn't really changed over the last couple of days. Nothing's changed from an information standpoint, but you just get more people and more people backing up your opinion. You see bull runs of 16.5% in a day, and that makes you feel good, right? So let me know your thoughts below. I'd be interested in hearing. Again, I wasn't planning on doing a Workhorse video, but a lot of people have been asking for it. I plan on doing some more financial independence videos over the weekend. Let me know your thoughts on that. I'm going to try to get this video out to you tonight, the night that I'm making it, but I've had some issues with YouTube where it's not moving along quick enough. So I will try my best. But thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Use those links below if you want to support the merch and support Megan and myself. Megan actually gets part of it because she helped design all the merch down there. She did all the drawings and all the illustrations. So I really appreciate that. She really appreciates that. And if you want, you can get those free stocks with Webull. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. I will see you in the next video. Bye.